All right. Welcome back, pardon me, everybody, for another match at Indian Wells. This is a very interesting match. We've got Alcaraz taking on Ruud. And they've played a bunch of times before. And Ruud has won a couple of matches. They obviously played probably their most famous matchup was that US Open final where Alcaraz got the win in 4 sets, but it was very close. And Ruud had a very good chance of winning that. Alcaraz's first Grand Slam, of course, and the world number 1 ranking was at stake as well. So had Ruud have won, he would have been a Grand Slam champion and world number 1, which probably would have put him in the Hall of Fame. Because that's usually at least the minimum requirements for Hall of Fame status. And he would also, I mean, can you imagine if we lived in a world where Ruud was former world number 1 Grand Slam champion? Him and Medvedev would be on the same. We'd look at them as similar, I think. Maybe not the same, but very similar the way that their accomplishments went. But that didn't happen. Alcaraz got the win. But yeah, since then, Ruud has got some revenge. They have played a few times since. And even at the ATP finals, that's where Ruud got the first win against Alcaraz. That was a couple of years ago. They played last year in Tokyo, and Ruud got the first set, and Alcaraz had to fight back to win. So, yeah, Ruud in the last couple of matches has been very competitive against Alcaraz. And interestingly enough, they've only played once on clay. They've played 6 times, 5-1 Alcaraz, but only once on clay, which was their first meeting back in 2021. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. There is a little bit of an injury question over Alcaraz because he did roll his ankle. It wasn't bad, but it was enough that he didn't practice yesterday. So precautionary withdrawal from practice yesterday. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that is giving him any troubles, or if that is nothing to worry about, and he's going to come out here fresh and fine. But we'll see. We'll keep track of that, because Ruud's going to make him run. That forehand, and that's what I'm loving about Indian Wells. Whoop. Especially, I'm so glad this match is during the day, because I think if it was a night match, Ruud would have less of a chance to do something crazy. I think being the day match with his forehand, because I saw something. Where did I grabbed it offline because I knew it was really, really cool. It's a cool graphic I saw about talking about Indian Wells. So during the day, so the condition, and I think Andy Roddick might have mentioned this, that it's playing in the day and the night is so different in Indian Wells, right? The temperature change, the court surface change, so many things change. But during the day, the ball, the conditions are lively in the air and the ball bounces high. So the advantage goes to players that generate topspin and also are aggressive on forehands. And that's Ruud. On the night session, the air's heavier because it's, obviously nighttime. The ball bounces lower. So it's, you need more endurance and you need to, it's better for grinders. But I feel like with that forehand for Ruud, during the day, ripping that forehand, it gives him a better chance than rallying at night with Alcaraz. Because rallying with Alcaraz at night, that's never going to, it's not going to work. It did, unless you have a big serve, like Rinderknecht. Rinderknecht's serve kind of kept him in there the other night. But I feel like this is this is going to be interesting. I think Ruud, again, it's not going to be easy, but I think that these conditions during the day could really help his chances. By the way, winner of this plays Norrie. And I'll tell you, if Alcaraz wins this match, he'll play Norrie tomorrow night. And Norrie at night sucks for Alcaraz. Like, that's a tough matchup. He'd rather play Norrie during the day for those reasons I mentioned. That's why Norrie would probably rather play at night, because he is a grinder. He doesn't try and hit the ball through you. He's not going to, overpower you. So he doesn't really need the day session. He'd rather Norrie at night. That's going to be tough for Alcaraz if they schedule that at night. So, yeah. It's interesting. The next couple of days will be interesting because Alcaraz has to play tomorrow too if he wins this match. But here we go. Let's see if Ruud can use the forehand to get anything going. Now, let me talk about last time they played, because when we get into a little bit of a statistical point of view. So when they did play in, where was it? They played in Tokyo, the final of Tokyo. When they did play in the Tokyo final, the semi-final, I think it was, 3-6, 6-3, 6-4 in favor of Alcaraz. But Ruud won the first set. Alcaraz was playing at an 8.3 performance rating for the match, and it was an 8.0 for Ruud. So Ruud played well. Ruud played very well. Alcaraz's backhand was not working as much on that day. Alcaraz hit 42 winners, 33 errors. Ruud hit 20 winners and 27 errors. His forehand and backhand were a little bit off, but he was probably redlining his game a little bit more because he was playing Carlos Alcaraz. But Ruud was very competitive. And that was I think it was a night session in Tokyo, maybe? Can't remember. Might have been nighttime. So that would have given Ruud a little bit of confidence. Ruud also, I remember this, looking at the stats and reminding myself how good he served too. Ruud served 7 aces and won 70% of first serve points. So Ruud's serve was also also firing on that day. Pardon me. So so the serve's going to be massive for Ruud today, and ripping that forehand if he's going to do any upsetting in this one. All right. Yeah, so Norrie won Indian Wells in 2021. Yep. So Norrie has won this tournament before, which just adds to it, right? I mean, that just adds to it. Adds to the madness. Do you think Zverev can win a slam? Yes. Yes, I do. All right, here we go. I don't know who's serving, but they're warming up. And we are ready to go. And then we've got Raducanu taking on Cartel. That's after the Svitolina match. And then we're going to finish the day with Djokovic Draper. Which is, that's going to be an interesting match later. Very interesting match. Djokovic hasn't been playing great this week, and Draper, he's just starting to play great for the first time since his comeback from injury. So, really, really interested to see how that goes. Carlos and Ruud are the best doubles players in the ATP. It's always great to see them play doubles at Laver Cup. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Here we go. By the way, chat. Oh, perfect timing. Have you checked out the new app? Go check out the new Tennis TV app. There's a link down below. We're collaborating with the ATP and Tennis TV, the Tennis TV app. So go check them out if you haven't already. There should be a link somewhere in the description, or you can scan the code. And that's where you can watch this match. If you got a Tennis TV subscription, if you don't, you can sign up on the app as well. We've got a bunch of new features there as well, so it's a new and improved app that they've done. So go check it out. So Carlos's Alcaraz. Carlos's ankle is also something we got to keep an eye on. Thanks, Deb. Perfect. Nailed it. There you go. Link in the chat. All right. Here we go. No idea who's going to serve. I think Alcaraz is... No. Yes? No. Ruud's going to serve. As Alcaraz just takes his time. Nope. Alcaraz is going to serve. Ruud's ready to return. Also, by the way, Tennis TV, it's for ATP only. You can't watch the WTA on there at the moment. So yeah, you can only watch the men's matches, unfortunately. But if you want to watch Alcaraz, all the matches are there. They don't do the slams either. So once we get to Roland Garros, Wimbledon, but don't worry about that. For the next couple of months, you can You can watch all of the Alcaraz Ruud matches up until Roland Garros on Tennis TV, and then beyond Wimbledon, in the Cincinnati, Canada, Shanghai, Paris, ATP finals. It's all on there, so go check it out. All right, here we go. As Ruud serves first. I'm going to go Alcaraz in 3. I reckon Ruud's going to push him. 4 now, inside out, winner by Ruud. It's all about the forehand and the serve for Ruud. By the way, Ruud's brought back the headband. He was headbandless for a week, wasn't he? I swear the last time we watched Ruud, he wasn't wearing a headband. And we mentioned it because it's very important. Yeah, when he played Shelton at the Australian Open, he didn't have a headband. He's got the headband back. That goes out in the return. 30 love. So yeah, there you go. For anybody wondering, does he wear a headband? Yes. Yes, he does. It's blue. All right, serve again from Ruud. A fault, second serve. And there's a return. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Ruud into the forehand of Alcaraz. Down the line to the backhand of Ruud. As they go backhand to backhand. Alcaraz up the line in the net. 40 love. 40 love. Ruud to take the first game here. 40 love. Serving the forehand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits a return winner, 40-15. Serve again. 40-15. Serve is a fault, man. Ruud's missing the first serve a little bit here. Second serve. As the return goes in from Alcaraz to front of Ruud. Into the Alcaraz forehand. Ruud with the backhand on the stretch. Goes long. And it's 40-30. 40-30. Common. Thank you for the $2. Who am I rooting for? I'm not really rooting for anybody, but I want Alcaraz to win. I want Alcaraz to play. I want Ruud to push this to a 3-setter. I want this to be an epic match, but I think Alcaraz winning and playing Norrie is. It's not maybe not more interesting, but it is interesting. Alcaraz winning, like going. I picked him to win, so I want to be right too. I want to get my prediction correct, but I want this to be close. I don't want it to be easy. All right, Ruud. He gets the deuce. I don't know why the Pirate went. Pirates on break, I think. Pirate went to sleep. All right, backhand to backhand rally. As Ruud rips a forehand into the Alcaraz backhand. Ruud. Forehand again. The slice of Alcaraz is Ruud. Forehand inside in. Great shot. Alcaraz gets it though. And then Ruud hits it wide. Oh, that's a shame. Ruud played such a good point. But Alcaraz is too quick. So I think it's safe to say that Alcaraz's ankle is fine. All right, advantage Alcaraz to get the break. First game. All right. Serve again from Ruud. His first serve has completely abandoned him in this game. Second serve. No first serves. At least not enough. Second serve in the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Ruud. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Ruud runs around, hits a forehand inside out to the backhand of Alcaraz. Ruud. Forehand. Again, no, Alcaraz backhand goes long. I'll tell you a really interesting strategy for Ruud, and something that I want to see him do a lot of, and he probably will, is ripping that forehand into the backhand of Alcaraz. And seeing that ball, Alcaraz is 6 foot. He's not Medvedev, right? He's not 6'6". He's not Zverev. So trying to rip that forehand into Alcaraz trying to hit high backhands. That's where I'm interested to see how that works for Ruud. It might not work, but I want to see that. I want to see how, if Alcaraz is ripping forehands into the backhand of Alcaraz and the ball's bouncing high because of the conditions in the court, that's what I want to see. If that has any effect, as that goes out by Ruud, it's advantage Alcaraz. Because when you're playing a taller player, right, as Zverev or whatever, ripping the ball and a ball bouncing high is not going to work as well. But Alcaraz is not the tallest guy. He is 6 foot. So trying to get that ball, and it might push Alcaraz back, or he might try and come in and hit it on the rise or what. But yeah, that's going to be the tactic of Ruud, right? Trying to rip his forehand to for Alcaraz backhand. Really test it out. All right, serving to the forehand of Alcaraz. Return is good. And there's the break. The serve did not help him at all. All right. 1-love Alcaraz. Okay, let's talk about Alcaraz's ankle because everybody's talking about it and everybody's asking about it. So in the last match against Rendyrknecht, he went for a return and he kind of stumbled. And he rolled his right ankle, kind of like twisted a little bit. Now, it didn't seem to affect him much in the match, but it was a little bit of an ankle twist. He didn't practice yesterday. But I can tell you after one game, he looks fine. So I'm going to say that it doesn't have any effect on him right now. It's probably hurting. It's probably painful. It's probably taped up. But I don't think at this stage, unless like later in the match when the painkillers wear off or whatever. But right now, Alcaraz is playing like Alcaraz. There's no limping. There's no hesitation. But yeah, that's what happened 2 days ago. He did twist his ankle. Didn't get a medical timeout at the time. He didn't get any medical treatment at the time. But he didn't play. He didn't practice yesterday because out of precaution. But like I said, he looks fine at the moment. He doesn't look bothered at all. 15-love. Forehand winner there from Alcaraz. 30-love. He looks fine. It's not a problem. But yeah, the longer this match goes, we'll check in on it. But yeah. All right, 30-love. First serve is a fault. Second serve. As a return goes the backhand of Alcaraz, and Alcaraz hits a backhand winner down the line. What a shot. 40-love. Love. As Alcaraz serves the next. All right. Alcaraz leads. 2-love. All right. 2-love. Rodrigo. Thank you for the donation. As that goes over the top of Ruud with a great lob by Alcaraz. Alcaraz putting on a clinic. Love 15. Fonseca is coming to end this party. I tell you, I'm all for that. As part of the as an honorary member of the Fonseca fan club, I am for that. Bring Fonseca on. By the way, chat, I was watching, and I know Alcaraz fans are going to rage, and just like, please keep your cool. Okay, Alcaraz fans, block your ears. You're going to hate this. You're going to hate this. Block. I don't want to hear any Alcaraz fans coming in and being like, "What'd you say?" No. I told you to block your ears. Mute the stream. You don't want to hear this. How much, if you go watch the replay, how much did Fonseca look like Alcaraz versus Sinner? Like how many? There was so many forehands that he was ripping, and I'm like, he's playing like Alcaraz. I'm like, Fonseca's doing what Alcaraz does to Sinner. Like he was playing at Alcaraz levels against Sinner, versus Sinner. Now, of course, playing like Alcaraz he doesn't play like Alcaraz every day. He has the same similar, like that aggression though. But I'm watching him going, holy shit, like, is that Alcaraz with a hat? Like, what the hell are we watching? It was crazy. All right, now you can unmute. I don't want anyone coming at me because I told you to mute. If you heard that and you disagree, keep it yourself. It's crazy though. I'm like, all right, Brazilian Alcaraz, bro. Okay. Alcaraz with a hat. Anyway, 15:30. It was crazy. I'm so happy Fonseca did that. All those people that didn't think thought he was no good, like that shut up. So that result shut up so many people. Plus, when he went straight for Sinner, like straight down the middle, that was crazy. When he went straight down the middle at Sinner, I was like, yeah, like not scared at all. All right, 15:40. By the way, the real Alcaraz, he is flexing. As Ruud serves an ace. Needs so many more of those. Yeah, drop shots, but the variety. I mean, there was just so much of what Fonseca was doing that Sinner struggles against another player like that. He played exactly how other players play like the other guys play like that. The guy who's on the court now. All right, Deuce. I loved it. I thought that was so good. He was, yeah. That was match of the year so far. Match of the year. All right, Deuce. A return goes in to the front of Ruud. Oh, Ruud hits a smash and puts it away. All right, advantage Ruud. That was better. Svitolina cruising. Ruud needs to become a serve bot. Yeah. The youngsters are really showing up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really keen to see how Tien does tomorrow. All right, backhand to backhand. As Alcaraz goes in the forehand of Ruud. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Ruud forehand again. It's a slice. Alcaraz backhand into the Ruud backhand as Alcaraz again backhand to backhand with Ruud. And Ruud eventually shanks it wide and we get back to deuce. The match was on the same level of hype as Rome final last year. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I saw people commenting like this. It felt like a Sincaraz match. Like the quality of it, the drama of it, the emotions of it. It felt like it did have that Sincaraz vibe. Yeah. Like, oh, man. And that would be so good because we need like Menchik, Fonseca, Tien, Feast, right? All of these guys, Musetti, Shelton, all these young guys, if they're going to be able to do that more often, we're going to have a really interesting time. Match of the year, I was here. Yeah, who was here? Who was here for match of the year? All right, advantage Ruud. Good serve. Then he hits a forehand straight to Carlos, and then hits a kind of a volley, and then goes a lob from Alcaraz. It's too good. Man, Ruud just, he's unlucky. He played a good point, but he just couldn't get the approach away. All right, deuce. All right, we get the deuce. As return goes in front of Ruud. Slice from Alcaraz. Ruud with a volley. Alcaraz puts up a lob. But this one goes long. Advantage Ruud. Advantage Ruud. As the return goes in, then Ruud forehand goes long and get the deuce. Do you think Djokovic will play Miami? It looks physically tough, but again, the same will be for the Clay Masters. I think if Djokovic makes up enough points here, he might not play Miami. A 4-4 rally. As Ruud hits a wide advantage, Alcaraz. If Djokovic makes it to the semis, or if he makes it to the semis and loses to Alcaraz here, he might not play Miami because he won't need his rank. It's all about ranking. So if Djokovic's ranking is still 3 or 4. He probably won't risk playing injured in Miami. If he can afford to lose the points in Miami, he won't play, is what I'm trying to say. As long as he's still top 4, he might take a break and then go play Monte Carlo, Madrid, Rome, Roland Garros, whatever. So, yeah, I don't think he's... I think he's not going to withdraw now, but... If he does get to the semis maybe and plays Alcaraz, and if he goes down to Alcaraz, then he probably pulls out of Miami if his arm is not 100%. But that's what I think he's probably thinking. As that goes out by Ruud again, advantage Alcaraz. And I'm just having a look at the rankings. So he's currently 600 points in front of Zverev. If he loses the Miami points, there's an opportunity for Musetti and de Minaur and even Fritz to overtake him. So, yeah. Good serve from Ruud. Return goes in the front of Ruud. Ruud in the net. There's a 3-love lead. Alcaraz cruising. So I think if Djokovic gets a couple more, if he gets to whatever it is, so if he loses, 600 points? So if he gets to... What does he need to do? So he needs to be on... He needs to get another 500 points to stay number 4. I say number 3 no matter what. Because Musetti and de Minaur are behind him. I think if he gets to the semis, he'll probably only have to worry about Musetti. Because Musetti would have to win the title. So I think, okay, so this is what I'm thinking with Djokovic, right? And again, this is just a guesstimation. I don't know what he's thinking. But I think if he gets to a point situation where Musetti, de Minaur where Musetti and de Minaur have to win Miami to overtake him, he might not play Miami because he knows he's going to be like, you guys aren't going to beat. You're not going to win Miami. So I don't think you're going to overtake me and kick me out of the top 4. I think that's probably what he's thinking. Because Djokovic does make a lot of these withdrawal decisions based on, and he doesn't say it out loud, but when you look at the rankings, he usually before slams for sure, there's been moments where he'll pull out of a tournament and you're like, why did he do that? Oh, because he's guaranteed top 4. And he never says it because he always says, I need more rest, whatever. And he does need more rest, and stuff. But it always does coincide with his ranking is safe. Like, he's smart. Djokovic's been playing forever. He knows, like, okay, well, if I can be number 4 in the world, minimum, if Zverev goes number 3, who cares? But if I can stay number 4 and not play Alcaraz and Sinner until the semis, I'll deal with that. So does that make sense? So I think if he gets to a point where, Musetti and De Minaur have to win Miami, and I think De Minaur has to win Miami as of right now to get over Djokovic anyway, but Musetti's only a final away. So if Djokovic wins tonight, it might be enough. He might go, you know what? If I win tonight, Musetti can't kick me out unless he wins Miami, and Musetti winning Miami right now is pretty unlikely. I think then he might make a decision to not play Miami. Am I making any sense? What you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? One in the chat if that made sense. All right, love 15. That sounds about right. Makes perfect sense. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, good. Yeah. So yeah, Djokovic has to probably win today, and maybe make the semis just to keep himself, at least feel confident enough that if he skips Miami, he will still be number 4. At least number 4. Because Zverev could overtake him, but it doesn't really matter if you're number 3 or 4. It doesn't matter. You're going to have to play Alcaraz or Sinner anyway. But yeah, because that arm is a worry. And also he's played a lot of tennis this week, and he hasn't looked great. So I don't know if he will risk playing Miami if it gets worse, right? Good question, though. And he's not going to withdraw from Miami until he finishes Indian Wells anyway. So, but yeah, I would not be surprised if Djokovic does pull out of Miami. All right, 15:30 here. Ruud a chance to get the break back. One of the breaks back. As that goes out in the return from Ruud, 30-all. Focus on the game. By the way, Samuel, speaking of the game, if you want to watch the match, you can download the new Tennis TV app. They've actually got a new update. We're collaborating with them this year, Samuel. I don't know if you know, but yeah, if you click the link down below, it'll send you to the app, and you can actually watch. You can watch this, and then you don't have to rely on me telling you what's happening every second of the day. So, like, if you do that, we're collaborating with them, and you should scan the QR code when you see it, and you'll be able to get to watch Tennis TV. As we get a big up by Ruud, is that around the net? Did that go in? No way that went in. No, it missed. For love. That was so close to point of the year. There you go. Thanks, Deb. You can click that link in the chat. There you go. All right. Man, that almost from Ruud went round the net for a winner. And he went round the net. He meant it. Terrible camera work. I'm sorry. That wasn't even, come on. Did they really miss that? How do we not see a better angle of that? Oh, bro, they butchered the camera angle. We didn't see that at all. By the way, can we agree that courtside camera sucks? Because I think that that's the second point this week that the courtside camera. The first one was probably the second time I remember. The first one was last night when Sinner almost got smoked, and they had a courtside camera and we couldn't see it properly. And then we just missed a round the net attempt because of the courtside camera. Come on, courtside camera sucks. Don't use it for broadcast. Get rid of the courtside camera. It's not good. And we miss great moments. 4-4 rally. As we had a drop shot from Ruud. Alcaraz gets it. Ruud with a forehand goes wide. Love 15. Yeah, courtside camera for live play. Terrible idea. Use it for replays. Use it for practice. Oh, freaking hate it. It's so annoying. Especially when something crazy happens and we miss it. because they decided to go with the wrong angle. Just use the top angle. Svitolina is 5-love up. Ace out wide, Ruud. Yeah, Ruud's wearing a hat now. All right, 15-all. As Ruud serves again. As the return goes out by Alcaraz, 30-15. By the way, chat, I'm going to go through some numbers for you after this game that are going to blow your mind. Like, actually blow your mind. Like, Alcaraz is crazy. 30-15. 7 to the back of Alcaraz. Return goes into the front of Ruud. Alcaraz backhand. As Ruud runs around, hits backhand, forehand, goes with the forehand inside out, but Alcaraz goes down the line. Ruud gets it back. Alcaraz drop volley winner. It's 30-all. Ruud, by the way, just stumbling around. 30-all. Alcaraz just making sure he's okay. But yeah, Ruud, once you run around that forehand, and I'll show you on the board, before we get to the crazy stuff. I'll show you on the board. We'll go to school on the explanation of inside out. Why running around a backhand sometimes is a bad idea. And then I'll talk about the crazy numbers. 30-all. Double fault, 30-40. Oh, sorry, not double fault, my bad. Alcaraz hit in the net. I looked up and it was in the net. 40-30. Alcaraz with the error. 40-30. Svitolina is serving for the first set. As Ruud holds with an ace. All right. Now let's go to school. So, the big thing, when you're running around a backhand, right? When you're running around a backhand to hit your forehand, which Ruud wants to do, right? So Ruud's backhand is here, right? So what Ruud did, he runs around to hit his forehand, right? So there's his forehand. This is his forehand side. Oh, that's the wrong one. Where is it? Where's the pen? There it is. So that's his forehand, right? So he ran around his backhand to hit the forehand. That's fine. And what he does is he goes with the inside out. With the inside out forehand, which is a great shot. He hits a great shot. The problem with that is, if your opponent can hit down the line with a backhand, you've left the entire... This whole part of the court is open, right? Look at that. I mean, he's got the whole court to hit into. And if you've got a decent backhand, you can just go down the line and Ruud's going to have to start running. So that's what happened. Alcaraz, he went down the line with his backhand, and Ruud scrambled and couldn't get there. So then Ruud had to run, and he couldn't get here in time, and he makes an error, right? So that is the risk that Ruud takes when he does. And it was more like this. I mean, I'm being generous. He was more like out here. Like it was like he was way off the court. But that's a risk you take if you run around a backhand. So if you run around a backhand and you got the whole court exposed like this, you got to hit a winner. Now he could go, inside in. Right? Inside in forehand. But again, if Alcaraz gets to that one, right, he's going to hit it cross court. And then you're screwed again, right? So you've got to hit a winner if you're outside of here, especially when you're playing Carlos. That shot can't come back. Or it has to be a near winner where Alcaraz sort of shanks a short ball maybe and you get lucky. But yeah, running around a forehand, especially for Ruud, running a backhand, you gotta hit a winner. And he knows that. And it's not easy because you're playing Alcaraz. So, good luck. Try and hit a winner anyway. Now, let's talk about Alcaraz's numbers here because he's at a 9.7 performance rating right now. He is crazy. Ruud's at a 7.1, which is not... It's not great, but it's not terrible. But Alcaraz at a 9.7 is insane. He's at an 8.4 on the serve, a 9.4 on returns, 9.7 shot quality for the forehand, and an 8.6 on the backhand. So Alcaraz is playing ridiculous. Currently, Alcaraz is 9 winners, 3 errors. Ruud's hit 8 winners and 8 winners and 10 errors. 6 on the forehand side. So he's, and by the way, 8 winners, 6 of those have been serves. So he's not hitting many ground stroke winners, Ruud. The ground stroke errors, the winners are not coming. It's mainly the serve. By the way, Alcaraz at a 9.7 now. He's going up. He's a 9.74. He's getting better. And by the way, he started the match off at like an 8.8 after the first game. So he's been like hovering around a 9. By the way, this is out of 10. A 9.74 out of 10. He can't play any better. This is almost perfect from Alcaraz. It's almost perfect. As Alcaraz holds 5-1. Like, this is the perfect set for Alcaraz. Almost. The only way it would be more perfect if it was 5-love and he hadn't lost a point. But, like, this is insane. He hasn't lost a point on first serve. 10 out of 10. He's lost 2 points on second serve. He's hit 3 aces. Like, a 9.75. What are we doing? What are we doing? Crazy. And again, Ruud's playing below average. A 7.2 is below his average, but a 7.2 isn't. I mean, it's unless you're playing somebody like Alcaraz, it's okay. You can get away with that sometimes. You can't get away with it against this guy. Not when this guy's playing at a 9.8. I don't know, and maybe Tennis Insights might post this online later, so I'll tell you if they do. But yeah. What's with the tech? I prefer the old whiteboard. Well, I mean, whatever. Okay. Chat, do you prefer the whiteboard or the computer? Backhand to backhand rally. Love 15. As Alcaraz drop shot in the net. That's the worst shot he's hit all day. Do you want me to go back to the whiteboard, or do you? I feel like I can show things better on the screen. I feel like the whiteboard's a little bit hard to read. All right, 15-all. So it looks like 5 for whiteboard, 1 for computer. Anyways, that goes in net by Alcaraz. Ruud 30-15. The whiteboard. I just need to stand for the whiteboard so I don't have to hold it. Do a poll? I don't have to. I'm looking at everyone saying whiteboard. All right. We'll go back to the whiteboard next time. 30-15. Tribe has spoken. Blackboard. We don't have a blackboard here. I don't have any chalk either. All right. 30-15. Ruud serves. All right. We'll go back to the classic whiteboard. So we have a slice from Alcaraz. Back in a Ruud. Ruud in the net. It's 30-all. 30-all. Chalk flew up. All right, 30-all. I'm sure there's a stand at the thrift store. Yeah, I just got to have time to go there. As the return goes into the forehand of Ruud. Alcaraz backhand down the line. That's a good shot. Ruud with the pass. Alcaraz with the volley. It's too good. Set points. 30-40. Tim Henman in the house, by the way. 30-40. Set point for Carlos Alcaraz to get the first set. $30-40. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Ruud. To the forehand of Alcaraz. Oh, Alcaraz missed it wide, and it's deuce. We get the deuce. As the return goes into the backhand of Ruud. Backhand from Alcaraz into the forehand of Ruud. Ruud hits it wide and it's advantage Alcaraz. Set point number 2. Advantage Alcaraz. As he serves a fault, Ruud, second serve. Sinner is going to retire. That's a shame. She did play a tough match against Andreeva. As Alcaraz return winner. That was nasty. That was a nasty return. That was a crazy return. He dismissed that. He was like, nah. It was like swatting a fly. He was just like, get out of my face. Get out of here. Yeah, no, get out of here. Yeah, no. Shit serve, get out of here. Like, that was just, that was so dismissive. Oh, man. That was so, like, he just went, thank you. I'll take the set. All right, let's go through stats. That was brutal. 9.7 for Alcaraz in the end on that first set. 9.7. Shot quality on the serve was a 9.0. On the returns was a 9.4, as we just witnessed. 9.7 on the forehand and an 8.5 on the backhand. So if Ruud's got any chance, you got to pick on that backhand as best you can. But even that's in an 8.5, which is still pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, needless to say, all above average. Near perfect. Winners and errors. 13 winners, 4 errors from Alcaraz. Those 4 errors, you guessed it, were on backhand side. 8 winners and 13 errors from Ruud. 8 forehand errors. So the big thing is that Ruud's forehand, which is his favorite shot, is not working. And he's picking on Alcaraz's backhand, which is sort of working, but his forehand is not working good enough against the backhand of Alcaraz yet. His serve was good though, Ruud. That was his highlight. But yeah, his forehand is not working anywhere near as well as it needs to. Yeah, that was a ridiculous set of tennis. That was ridiculous. All right. Six one. First set. All right. Trouble is Carlos can run around the backhand. Well, that's it. Exactly. Norrie is crying in the corner. You really think Norrie's worried about Alcaraz? Come on now. You don't think Norrie can take Alcaraz? Come on now. All right. 15 love. As we forehand from Alcaraz into the backhand of Ruud. Alcaraz forehand. Again to the backhand of Ruud to the slice of Alcaraz. Ruud slices it back. Alcaraz forehand inside in. And then Ruud forehand goes long. Carlos on different courts, namely slow outdoor hard courts, fast outdoor hard courts, indoor hard courts, clay or grass. How would you rank Carlos's game on different courts? God, bro, that is such an intense question. I mean, I didn't even know where to start. Okay, slow outdoor hard courts. Okay, what are we doing? Like a 1 to 5? 1 being his favorite. Oh, God. All right, let me just write down some shit. All right, so I think he's... Okay, 1 to 5. If we're doing the... Okay, we're playing the game. Well, let's play the game. 5 is indoor hard courts, right? Indoor hard courts. He has the most vulnerability against players on indoor hard courts. We've seen that with, Sinner's had his best chances against Alcaraz on indoor hard courts. Also, I don't know. And also the indoor hard court season at the end of the year. I think that's also plays a factor. By the end of the year, everyone's tired. Alcaraz is tired. So I'd say indoor hard courts, 1, because of the court speeds. Not that he can't play on those speeds, but because the ball bounces, stays lower, he has less time to hit the ball. I think that would be his least favorite. What was the other ones? I think his favorite's clay. Right? I think his favorite surface is clay. He's got his best results there. He has time to hit the ball. He rips the ball. He can do what he wants. He can do whatever he wants. Now, outdoor fast courts will probably be second. Again, very, 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 very close. By the way, outdoor slow courts, there's not many of them. So why do we need to do outdoor slow courts? Because Indian Wells is the only outdoor slow court that matters. Shanghai is slow 1 time. I feel like outdoor slow courts are not really common. So maybe, do we have to rank that one? Because I would say grass is second. Outdoor slow. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like there's outdoor slow courts is like Indian Wells. They're like this. That's it, right? So yeah, I would go 1 clay, 2 grass, 3 outdoor hard courts, 4 indoor hard courts. Siniakova retired? Yep. No surprise. I don't know why, but when that match started, I thought Siniakova played a tough match. She might retire. I don't know if something happened during the match or if she was injured before the match, but I don't know. I just had a feeling she wasn't going to make it through that match. I should have said it and it would have been smarter. No sound? That's your fault. You got to fix your phone, brother. No, 30 love. As that goes out by Alcaraz. 40 love. This is the easiest game of Ruud's day. So yeah. Clay, grass, outdoor hard court, indoor hard court. Do you concur? 40 love. That's with a fault second serve. Oh, by the way, we got Raducanu. Raducanu versus Cartel coming up next. We are going to watch that as well as this. So now that the Siniakova match has the Svitolina match is concluded, we'll chuck that up. But that's a shame. Does Siniakova have doubles, or is she out of the singles? So Svitolina will take on Swiatek. Ooh, okay, all right, okay, yeah, all right. 40-15, backhand rally as Alcaraz comes in with a volley, and it's 40-30. All right. Okay. All right, 40-30. And then an ace from Ruud. That's better. Okay, 1-1. Yeah, top 10 clash. We got a couple of those. And Pegula versus Raducanu could be another one. I mean, chat. Tennis is going well. Chad, if you remember 2021, you will hopefully But from a tennis point of view, because the world point of view, it was pretty shit. But tennis point of view, it was just as bad. But we've come a long way in the last 5 years on the tour. Obviously, in 21, we had Rafa, Roger, Novak. So that's, we don't have two of those guys, which is which kind of sucks. But Alcaraz and Sinner have come in, and, there's a lot of other good players, that are coming up as well. But on the WTA 5 years ago, it was rough. 21 was rough. And then Swiatek runs away in 22, and everybody starts to run with her, and we get better. So the WTA, we've got potentially 3 top 10 clashes out of 4 quarterfinals. And on the men's side, we've got Zverev Fils, we've got Sinner Tien, so current top 10 versus new generation. Winner of this will play Norrie, and then Medvedev might play Djokovic. So, I mean, there's no top 10 clash there, but very, very good clashes all round. Indian Wells is tournament of the year so far. It's got to be. It's got to be tournament of the year so far. Plus, we also just got Joao versus Sinner for the first time ever, and that was awesome. Yeah, we're going to watch Djokovic Draper later. Yeah, hell yeah. All right, lovely hitting from Alcaraz. As the return goes in the forehand of Alcaraz. Here's the drop shot. It's too good. Too good. Too good. Alcaraz with a 2-1 lead in the second. All right, as they play, girls just want to have fun in the stadium during an Alcaraz match. So, by the way, I think the playlist is just on repeat because I heard this during the Pegula match. I reckon they just play the same music every single match. There's no variety. They got the same 10 songs. They just put them on repeat. Lazy. Come on. I don't think they have a DJ today. Maybe the DJ took the day off. All right. Alcaraz with a set and 2-1. As the girls just want to have fun, 80s or 70s. I think it's 80s, right? Oh, sorry, it's not good. Sorry. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm an... They're playing another song. They're playing a different song. They're playing a different song. They're playing a different song. They're not playing what I thought they were playing. I just started listening and I'm like, oh, this is the same tune. And I'm like, no. And then the chorus hit and I'm like, wait a second, this is No, that wasn't. I was listening going, it's, girls just want to have fun. It's the same tune, I'll tell you that. It's the same beat. I can't think of the song. I obviously wasn't paying attention. I want to dance it. That's what it is. It was I want to dance with somebody. That's what that was. I'm like, this isn't the song. And I'm like, oh, okay. They have the same beat though, don't they? They sound the same. They sound the same from a distance on a low volume. You listen to those songs at a low volume while you're talking over the top of it, and you try and listen to it. You try and tell the difference, right? Hey, look, both great songs. Not gonna lie, they're great bangers. You put that on a very low volume and you start talking over the top of it, and you tell me that you know that you can hear it. All right, 30-15. The intro beat, I know what you mean. Yeah. I only heard the start of it, and then I started talking. Anyway, 30-15. Great songs, though. 2 great songs. So, yeah. I mean, look, girls do want to have fun, but not during this match. Stop the cope, learn your music. This is a tennis channel. I'm not supposed to be a music expert. 40-15. I'm not Anthony Fantano, all right? I'm the busiest tennis nerd. The world's busiest tennis nerd. I ain't no music nerd. Not today. Are you losing it, Cam? I've lost it. I lost it a long time ago. 2-0. Ruud holds. I'm still trying to find it. All right, 2-2. As Alcaraz serves again. All right, so we got Raducanu coming up soon. We'll get to her match very, very soon. $15 love. Also, yeah, Badosa and Sun are playing over in Austin. Pardon me. It's okay. Us musicians will help you out. Thank you. Ah, 30 love. Great serve by Alcaraz. By the way, I'm sure those songs sound the same. No, I stand by that. They sound the same. I'm not getting told what to. I'm not losing it. They do sound the same. They have the same instruments, the same intro. They have the same intro. Same intro. I'm not even taking shit from that. I'm not taking shit for that. That was same intro. When the words start, different. Intro, same. Not even close. You're not close. Anyways, 3-2 Alcaraz. Ruud's an impressive player when he's on. He's been outplayed. I think he'll bring up his level. Well, he's going to have to hope Alcaraz brings down his level because Alcaraz is just playing at a ridiculous height. Same beat, similar speed, similar type of background sounds. Thank you. Thank you. They're the exact same tempo. All right, here we go. It's going to be Ruud to serve. 3-2 Alcaraz in the second. What time's it in Indian Wells now? I don't know. I want to say 4 p.m. As it a forehand into the backhand of Ruud. Backhand now from Alcaraz. The backhand of Ruud in the front of Alcaraz. Ruud with a slice. Alcaraz with a volley in the net. Ooh. 15 love. $15 love. Serve into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Ruud. As Alcaraz slices in the net. 30 love. 30 love. Ruud serves again. And Alcaraz return goes long. 40 love. Love. As the return gets the front of Ruud. Alcaraz flying cross as Ruud goes cross court for a winner. Beautiful rally by Ruud. All right, 3 all. All right, so we also have Raducanu taking on Cartel. We'll get to that in a second. By the way, did Andreeva and Mboko play doubles? They did and they lost. That's a shame. All right. Yeah, we're back in a Cartel about to start. So stay tuned. As Alcaraz with a backhand pass, Ruud with a volley, Alcaraz with the forehand, Ruud with a backhand, can't get there. He couldn't get there. Ruud tried, but Alcaraz got him. 15 love. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. As Ruud hits a good return. 15-0. All right, as we're flying down the line to the backhand of Ruud, backhand from Alcaraz, into the backhand of Ruud again. Alcaraz backhand on the stretch, goes in. Oh, Ruud wasn't there. Alcaraz hit him past him. God, Ruud didn't commit to the approach. He played a good rally, and then Alcaraz just rips it down the line, and Ruud wasn't ready. All right, 15-30. Sorry, 30-15. Oh, that ball, I think the wind might have picked up because that ball kind of curved in. That was a weird... That didn't have much spin on it. That might have been the wind. All right. As the return goes net by Ruud, 40-15. Alcaraz has keep the lead. By the way, we've had 1 hour of this match. So that's fun. 40-15. It's Alcaraz and then everyone else. At the moment, yeah, for sure. Return. Goes in, but then Alcaraz hits it out. (40-30). Return. Goes in and Alcaraz rips it. Inside out for a winner. And Carlos takes the lead 4-3. By the way, Alcaraz's performance rating has dropped. Ruud is actually playing a lot better. His performance rating has gone up to an 8.3 for the set. 8.5 for Alcaraz. So he's dropped from an 8-point stratosphere. But Ruud's at an 8.3. And his forehand Ruud is a 9.5 shot quality. So he is getting a lot better. In fact, he's leading all but the serve shot quality at the moment. Returns a 7.3, 9.5, and an 8.7 on the ground. So Ruud is playing a lot better in this second set. But he's serving second, and that is dangerous. But yeah, Ruud is lifted big time. He, in fact, currently is close to a 9 where it comes to his performance rating. So yeah. By the way, chat, something else. And again, you like all these numbers I'm throwing at you. The more you stick around, the longer the more you understand them. And I'll explain them if you don't understand them. So there's another part of the Tennis Insights TDI Intel, I guess we can call it Insights, stats, data, attack and defense. So there's conversion and steal. So steal is when you're playing a defensive point. So let's say Alcaraz is bullying Casper Ruud, and then Ruud hits a passing shot winner as like a counter-punching move, right? That's what a steal is. So points won when you're not in control. What's the definition? Let me get the right definition. I want to muck this up. So a steal is calculated how often a player has won the point when they are in a defensive, when they've been in defense during the point, right? So again, kind of what I just said. And conversion is when you're in an attacking position and you win the point. Alcaraz right now, when he is in an attacking position, his conversion rate is 92%. So when Alcaraz is winning the point, when he's attacking and he's on the attack and he's in control, he's lost 2 points. For the entire, he's at 92%. So, and on the other side, the steal score is an 8% for Ruud. Right? Because they go hand in hand. If Alcaraz is winning with points attacking, in attacking position, Ruud's losing that point in a defensive position, right? So they go hand in hand. So, yeah, 92% conversion on the attack for Alcaraz and an 8% for Ruud's steal. So Ruud's only stolen 2 points of Alcaraz when he's, when Alcaraz has been in attacking position. That just shows how dominant Carlos is. Right? It shows the dominance of when he is winning the rally or when he is in control, he doesn't lose the rally. When he's attacking you, good luck. Because you're not going to win the point. 90% of the time today, he wins the point. Ruud's won 2 out of those 26 points that Alcaraz has been in control of, which is crazy. On the other side of things, Ruud with a 46% conversion rate, but Alcaraz with a 54% steal. So that means Alcaraz, when he's in a defensive position against Ruud, he's winning the point. Now, those could be, Alcaraz in an attacking position makes an error, right? Which Alcaraz has just made his 7th error of the set. So, yeah, a lot of those things, a lot of different things could happen. You could steal a point because you defend well and then your opponent makes an error. You could defend well and hit a winner, right? You could turn the point around, right? But that, again, just shows how, one, clean Alcaraz is hitting, but also how, when he is in control, that's the third point, by the way, as I'm talking. Third point he's lost, or the third point that Ruud has stolen, right? As Alcaraz in control again, bounce smash, puts it away, and it's 30-0. So yeah, those are some of the other sort of insights that are very, very. It just shows it's more than just winners and errors, right? It goes a level deeper. And if you're a stats nerd, or if you're a tennis stats aficionado, all of this stuff is just awesome. It's great. You can spend all day just watching, and then there's you just spend all day looking at this stuff. 30-0. Bounce smash Ruud. He puts that away. And it's 40-30. As Ruud tries to hang in the set. By the way, Raducanu will be coming on soon. Pardon me, and we will be watching her. And then we've got Djokovic coming up in a couple of hours against Draper. As Ruud holds, and it's 4-0. Now, during this year, I'll give you a bit of a going one step further with the steal score. So currently, the best player of 2026 when it comes to stealing, the steal score is actually a 40. This is on average. Is Gaston, but he's only played the one match and he got a 47, so that's a little bit skewed. But Medvedev is actually this year, currently, he's played 15 matches. His steal score is 41%, which is the highest of anybody, I'm guessing, who have played more than 10 matches. Last year, and by the way, these don't include slams because the slams don't have this, they don't use these numbers, unfortunately. They will eventually, I'm sure. They'd be silly not to. Let me have a look at last year, because I'm sure that Alcaraz was up there with conversions for last year, surely. All right, 15 love. As Alcaraz 30 love. It's not loading. Bummer. It's not loading. Hang on, here we go. It loaded when I refreshed the screen. All right, 30 love. As Alcaraz serves again. First serve is a fault, second serve. By the way, the reason why we're back and it probably hasn't started yet is because they weren't ready. All right, forehand rally. As Ruud gets it back into the forehand of Alcaraz and he crushes that forehand for a winner. 40 love. Steal points are low-key the coolest, not going to lie. Like the script writer changes it suddenly. All right, return goes in. And Alcaraz shanks that one. Okay. And it's 40-15. So, yeah, so last year, conversion score. So when, the highest was actually Sinner with a 74% on average. So Sinner was the best conversion score last year, which means that on average, percentage last year, which on average. So when Sinner was in control of points, he won the point. A lot of the time, consistently more than anybody else. Alcaraz was actually at a 71%, so he was a little bit lower than Sinner. And then the steal score last year, on average, as Alcaraz gets to 5-4. The steal score last year for Alcaraz was Alcaraz with a 38% steal score on average for his 50-plus matches last year. So, yeah. So, when Alcaraz... And I mean, look, does that surprise anybody? That, like, when Sinner's in control of the point, he was winning majority of the points most of the time. And then when Alcaraz... because, again, goes hand in hand with errors. So, like, how many errors does Sinner hit when he's actually playing it? Like, he never plays a sloppy match, Sinner, does he? And then Alcaraz, being in a defensive position and turning it around and winning the point or getting the ball back one extra time or whatever it is to then steal the point, no surprise he does that, right? He's like one of the best players at that, right? So no surprise that those two metrics are those two guys who are in control of those. Some of the other players, though, interesting to go down the list a little bit. Some of the other players that... for the steal score, because I think that's an interesting, and again, you probably could name these players because, we all know who they are, the defensive counter-punching types. Mute, Demonor, Baez, Medvedev, right? Munar, Fekina. Sinner's up there too. He steals a lot of points too. So defensively... on the defense, Sinner does have a high steal score as well. But yeah, no surprise that, you got Alcaraz at 1, you got Mute, Demonor, Sinner, Jumher, Baez, Medvedev, Munar, Fokina, like all of those guys, you go, yeah, those are the guys that are great turning the point from defense to offense, or they're fast, so they just out rally players. They can last 40-shot rallies and eventually wear you down. Yeah, I'm surprised Djokovic is not on there, but it's probably because Djokovic didn't play that much on the ATP because this doesn't include slams. So I'm surprised Djokovic is not on that list, but it might be because he hasn't played. He didn't play that much outside of slams last year. Remember, he played the 3 slams in a row, and then he played Shanghai, and then he played Greece, right? He barely played towards the end of last year anyway. So yeah, but I'm sure Djokovic, had he have played more, would have been up there because Djokovic steals a lot of points, right? He fits the mold. I'm looking back at 2022. So yeah, 2022 he was in the top. He was number 6. Alcaraz was still number 1. 40 love Ruud. And again in 2022 it was Alcaraz, Schwartzman, Fokina, Nadal, De Minaur, Djokovic. So again, we're talking about the familiar faces, right? All right, 40 love. As Ruud looks to level. As return goes into the backhand of Ruud, and Ruud sprays it wide. By the way, looking back at 2024, so Rafa was actually the number 1 when it come to steal scoring. He had 40%. He only played the 13 matches, but he was high up there. And then also Alcaraz was 2, Batista Agut was 3, Medvedev was 4, Djokovic at 5, De Minaur 6, Sinner at 7, Monfils at 8, and Baez 9, Norrie at 10. So yeah, again, no surprise. Again, players that you go, yeah, they're the players that play those ridiculous rallies where they somehow get to the ball and then eventually they hit a winner. Like the highlight reel, I mean, Monfils does that all the time. Rafa did that all the time. Djokovic does that all the time. Alcaraz, obviously. De Minaur, classic, right? So again, you kind of get an idea of what type of player gets, the steal score goes with, right? What type of player? Hopefully, you're all writing notes. You're all. It's going to be on the test at the end of the year, the end of the semester. You're all writing. Make sure you're taking notes, everybody. This will be on the exam. Deuce. By the way, Alcaraz is about to finish this match. Ruud says, no, I'm going to ace you. All right, advantage Ruud to stay in this match. As Ruud serves again. A fault. Second serve. I wonder if they're waiting for the Raducanu match for this match to finish, so they put that on. I don't think Raducanu's match is going to get upgraded to this court. As with a 4-4 rally, Ruud now with the backhand cross. Alcaraz gets with a pass. Ruud with a volley. Alcaraz with the forehand slice lob. Goes long, and Ruud hangs on. 5-5. 5-all. Ruud survives. Like I said, Ruud is actually not playing. He's not playing bad in this second set. He is matching Alcaraz in this second set. He is playing at a much better level than the first set. He's only lost 4 points on his first serve, Ruud. Alcaraz only lost 1 point. Wait, has Alcaraz has lost 1 point on first serve? I'm sorry, excuse me, what did you say? What the hell happened? What happened? Has Alcaraz hit the drop shot? In the net! Ooh, okay. All right. That was weird. Love 15. Alcaraz has lost 2 points. Oh, God, I just... Sorry, he's lost 2 points on his first serve now. That was his second. It's all right. It's not first right. I'm sure he's not going to get broken. 15-0. I'm sure he's not going to get broken. There's no such thing as curses. $15-0. He says a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Ruud. Return goes into the backhand of Alcaraz. Ruud. With the backhand, goes long. 30-15. 30-15. There's no such thing as curses. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. As Ruud hits a passing shot wide, long, and it's 40-15. By the way, Sonne Cartel and Alina Raducanu are about to commence, so we'll get that started as well in a second. All right, 40-15. That goes the net by Ruud. And Alcaraz holds 6-5. See? No such thing as curses. He didn't get broken. What are you crying about? Don't cry. Everything's fine. All right, welcome back, everybody. We've got Alcaraz and Ruud. They're going at it. And we're about to start watching Raducanu versus Cartel. Now, Raducanu's match is starting a little bit earlier because the last match ended very abruptly. But, yeah, Raducanu, Cartel, winner plays Pegula. So that'll be interesting. We've already got Swiatek Svitolina in the quarters. So, yeah. That's where we are. That's what is going on right now. Okay. Yeah, Ruud is serving to stay in the match again. Let's see if he can. I hope Alina will win this match. Yeah, well, we will see. She should win this match. I mean, she should. She's a very heavy favorite. Yeah. She should win this match. All right, back to Ruud. Ruud is going to serve to get to a tiebreak. I'm starting a curse counter. There's no such thing. No curses. What are you talking about, curse? 400 backhand rally. Alcaraz in the net. It's 15. Love. By the way, it is interesting. I do, and look, as a tennis stats fan, it is interesting to see how like these stats really do tell what's going on in the match. You know, how players are playing, you know, at what particular time. It's very, very fun to have a look as Alcaraz gets to the 15-0 with a backhand winner. It is very fun to just see what the what is going on from a detailed statistical point of view. Look, Chad, I'm a fan of a table and a graph and a Who doesn't? Maybe in another life, I'd be a PowerPoint presentator. President. I don't know. Anyways, Ruud with a volley. Puts it away. It's 30-15. $30-15. Is it because of a curse you don't watch Aussie players? No. I don't watch Aussie players because it hurts my feelings. I'm just trying to protect myself from getting hurt again. $30-15. As with a 4-1 winner by Ruud. 40-15. Ruud to take us to a tiebreak. Crowd wants another set. Yep. So far it's been straight sets. All day. 40-15. As a return goes the backhand of Ruud. And the backhand from Alcaraz to the slice of Ruud. Ruud hits wide, 40-30. All right, Raducanu wins the first point, love 15. Cam always wants another set. Always. Always. 3 sets are the best. All right, 40-30, Ruud to try and take us to this tiebreak. As the return goes the backhand of Ruud into the front of Alcaraz. Ruud. Forehand again to the front of Alcaraz. Ruud. Forehand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Good pick up, but it's in the net. And Ruud gets to the tiebreak. Who's winning it, chat? Crowd go wild. They want a comeback. Or at least they want a competitive match. 30-15 for Cartel. As she hits a winner and it's 40-15. All right, here we go. Who's winning the tiebreak, chat? Let me know who you got. Can Ruud force it to a third? Alcaraz was 2 points away from winning the match as he serves an ace to start. 1-love. By the way, Cartel, she was a unseeded player coming through Rudy, Navarro, and also Keys. She beat Keys and Navarro in 3 sets. So very, very good wins there. And Raducanu went through Baptiste and Kostruk to get here in this one. They've never played before, as far as I know. Maybe they have played. They've never played. First time meeting. All right, 1-love, Alcaraz. As Ruud backhand to the backhand of Alcaraz, Ruud with a slice into the front of Alcaraz. He crushes it into the front of Ruud, and Ruud overhits it. 2-love. 2-love. Do you think they'll ever bring back 5-set finals at 1000s? No. Players wouldn't want it, so no. I don't think they will. Cartel holds 1-love. All right, first serve is a fault by Ruud. Is a fault? No, let for Ruud. 2-love Alcaraz. Alcaraz serves again. So Ruud serves again in the front of Alcaraz. Ruud to the backhand of Carlos. Ruud with the backhand to the front of Alcaraz. Ruud backhand again. Alcaraz volleys. Ruud backhand pass is a lob. Alcaraz with a smash. Puts it away. 3-love Alcaraz. By the way, chat, just for comparison, Alcaraz is playing currently at a 9.5. performance rating. Yesterday, we had Sinner and Fonseca. And their performance ratings were also in the 9s. Which were just incredible numbers from all. Sorry, they weren't. They were in the high 8s. They were in the 9s at times, but they're in the high 8s. So again, if we're talking about who's the most dominant player at this tournament, I mean, obviously it's Alcaraz. 4-love. And if you didn't know that, then maybe haven't been here yet this week. But Alcaraz is kind of really good right now. So a 9.5. Again, like Alcaraz has been... and Ruud's dropped off in the last couple of games. It's a bit of a shame. In the middle of that set, he was actually pretty competitive, but now he's dropped. Oh, and Alcaraz hits a forehand in the net. That was one of the worst errors he's hit. That was an easy winner for him. Missed. 4-1, Ruud gets on the board. But yeah, Alcaraz is just crushing it in 2026. Somebody said earlier, is Alcaraz unbeatable? Yes. Yes. Right now, yes. Could somebody beat him? Of course. Nobody's 100% going to win everything all the time. Nobody's done that yet. Right now, though, unbeatable? Yes. Until somebody beats him, he's unbeatable. 4-1. As at a backhand from Ruud. Alcaraz gets it back. Ruud goes to the slice of Alcaraz. Down the line of the forehand of Ruud as Alcaraz forehand up the line again. Comes to the net with a volley. Ruud with a pass. Alcaraz with the backhand volley. Ruud with a smash in the net. Opportunity for Ruud to hit a ridiculous shot, but he didn't take it. And Alcaraz shakes the fist. 5-1, they change ends. All right, 5-1. Sinner can surely beat him here. If you put yesterday's Sinner against this Alcaraz, Alcaraz wins. Because the thing is, if Fonseca can play like Alcaraz and just lose to Sinner, then the real thing's going to beat Sinner. Like, you know what I'm... Like, that's... If we're basing it off yesterday, and yesterday's Sinner was very good. Like, that was a very good... Like, Sinner played very well, considering he was getting absolutely, like, attacked from all sides. But Alcaraz is a better version of Fonseca. So if Fonseca can almost do it, as Alcaraz hits the backhand winner down the line, and he brings up match points. If Fonseca can play a ridiculous level and almost beat Sinner, Alcaraz can play a ridiculous level and beat Sinner. So, yeah, if Sinner versus Alcaraz, Alcaraz is the favorite. And probably, if he plays like this, should win. Match points, Alcaraz. He's got 5 of them. You're saying Fonseca's bad. No, I'm saying Fonseca's not as good as Alcaraz. Backhand to backhand rally. As Ruud hits a tweener. Okay. 4 now from Alcaraz. Ruud with a backhand. Alcaraz comes in with the backhand and overhits it. Okay. 6-2. Ruud gets away with a Kyrgios shot. I mean, that was a Kyrgios level shot. I mean, Ruud's probably thinking, I'm not going to win this, so I'm just going to hit tweener. And it worked. Eventually. All right, match point number 2. Serving to the backhand of Ruud, backhand from Alcaraz up the line. That's too good. He raises his fists. And he's just too good. Too good for Casper Ruud. And now he plays Cam Norrie. Ooh. By the way, chat, I'm looking at Alcaraz's stats here. Okay. Like, it should be illegal to play this good. All right, 30-40, Raducanu with a chance to break all of a sudden. We'll go through the stats of Alcaraz and then we'll merge the streams. Break point, Raducanu, 30-40. Cartel serves. To the backhand of Raducanu. Good return. The backhand of Cartel. Raducanu forehand. Into the forehand of Cartel. Cartel hits it out. 2-1 Raducanu. She gets the break. All right, let's go through these stats because Alcaraz was insane. Performance rating of Alcaraz, a 9.5. I don't know if that's the best match he's played this year. I mean, he played... Actually, no, the Feast match might have been higher. Let me double check. The Feast match was maybe higher than that. The Feast match, he was at a 9.7. That's higher than a 9.5. I can do math. Yeah. So it wasn't. It was bloody close though. 8.5 on the serve. 8.5 on the returns. 9.5 on the forehand. The forehand was just delivering. 8.5 on the backhand. Ruud was in this 6.4 on the backhand. That's we know his backhand is the weaker side. 7.8 on the forehand. Could have been better. Serve was good. Not good enough, but good. And then, the serving stats. Alcaraz lost 4 points on his first serve, 7 aces. He lost 9 points on his serve throughout the match. Ruud hit 8 aces, so, he won that battle, I guess. Also didn't face a break point. Alcaraz, no break points faced. And, just too good. For everybody. Ridiculous. And now he plays Cam Norrie. But Cam Norrie is somebody that makes Alcaraz work. And he does annoy Alcaraz with the style that he plays. So it could be interesting. Drag Alcaraz down a bit. I mean, the last guy to beat Alcaraz that wasn't named Sinner was Norrie. So Norrie versus Alcaraz rematch from Paris, which was arguably, and I think was, and he said this too, the worst match he played last year. Alcaraz played the worst tennis in that match against Norrie in Paris, and he gets a rematch now, and it might be a night session because they'll probably play tomorrow night. So the conditions might favor Norrie being the night match, being a bit slower, being a bit grindier, being a bit more of a, less of a high level boxing match and more like a scrap in the mud. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Norrie versus Alcaraz looks tomorrow, because Alcaraz will look flawless. But we know Norrie is a little bit of a kryptonite when it comes to Alcaraz. He knows how to beat Alcaraz. He knows how to get Alcaraz for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. He just has this woo over Alcaraz. I don't know what it is. He's just a boogeyman at times. So yeah. So it's going to be really fun to see how that works out. But today, Superman gets the win. Now, jump on over here and watch. We're going to watch this other match with the final match of the fourth round for the ladies between Raducanu and Cartel. Raducanu's already got the break, which is fun. By the way, thank you, Jay, for the $3. For some reason, the alerts are not working properly. So thank you for the 3. LFG Carlos, yes, the dude got it done in 2. Now he plays Norrie. Come on, Carlos. Hope he can get revenge on Paris. Thanks, Cam. No worries. Thank you for the 3. But good win by Carlos. Gets it done against Ruud in straight sets. Wasn't easy, though. He did have to work for that second set. But he gets it done into the quarterfinals again. And we'll see him play tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Lock it in. Or tomorrow day. He'll play tomorrow.